the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season heads back to a points-paying night back to Talladega Super Speedway. Will we see those same top 3 repeat here at a restrictor plate race last week, all-star race at the Coca-Cola, formerly labeled Coca-Cola. Let me refresh that now. The iRacing Super Speedway. Last week's All-Star race was quite a show. That could, man, I tell you what, just go back and check out the highlights. That's what you need to do right there. Track looks pretty hot out there. 115 degrees for the track temperature. Air temperature not too bad for an Alabama evening here at Talladega Super Speedway for the Split Decisions Racing Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season into being. Dega Baby 125. Let's see, qualifying already underway, so why don't we go ahead and show you a little bit of that information. And it looks like, once again, that timing scoring bar just not wanting to work out properly for us, so we'll bring it to you just another way. There you can see right there to the left-hand side of your screen. All of those drivers already putting in their qualifying time. Ryan Johnson, top of the speed charts right now. Quick time, 51.90. Edging out Lucas Gortman with a 51.91, 51.96 back there for Wheeler. And you can see those Cup cars are the faster of the single lap cars, or single car laps. But in happy hour, we've seen those Xfinity cars right there at the top of the speed charts for a vast majority to have had a few of those trucks inside of the top 10 in the scoring charts during happy hour as well. So going to be an interesting little night here at Talladega Super Speedway. And ET checking in saying we're going to get 103 laps out of there. Remember that prize resetting this week, so right back to $5. And once again, we'll see if anybody can get guess the laps we're going to get in this timed event. An hour and 25-minute race. That's right, 85 minutes long for these drivers right here at Talladega Super Speedway. No cautions. I don't believe we're going to have a stage break either here in the halfway point, as we're accustomed to at some of those 1.5 mile tracks here in the SDR Triple Threat 2021 season. So we'll have to wait and see how all of that unfolds. Ryan Johnson still top of the speed charts right now. Fast time on the speedway, 51.90 from Johnson. And well, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. As always, David the Cave bringing you all the calls from the track side right here with Split Decisions Racing's Triple Threat. Let's take a look. Kayla McCarthy in her 24 machine. McCarthy right there, 13th on the scoring pylon. McCarthy was your top Xfinity Series driver in the All-Star race last Friday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And if you're looking for a little twist on some great racing action, tune in each and every Friday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. 8:25 is when we begin the pre-show. About 8:35, somewhere in there is when we go live. Green flag racing, 3 different classes on the track all at one time. That's where the triple threat comes in. You've got the Cup cars, Xfinity cars, as well as Truck Series drivers all out there each and every night, each and every Friday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, mixing it up with each other. So there's battles for positions between different class leaders, different class runners. There's also battles in amongst themselves as well. Timed events, so barring a little bit from the IMSA style, the road course endurance racing, that's another one of the reasons why they call it the triple threat. In definitely seeing the road side of things without having the caution flags, unless it's a huge stack up, huge calamity, then the caution flag will be thrown by the race admins and officials. But right now, Ryan Johnson, he's not looking for any type of flag except for a checkered flag on this qualifying session. Tiny Horse up there, top of the speed charts, man, getting it done all over the place. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, over there in this real world racing, Ryan Johnson walked away with a championship this year. And maybe we'll talk to him a little bit later about all that. But nonetheless, that 38 back at the top of the speed charts, where we see him constantly week in and week out. Well, Patrick, we see you out there in the chat, and we do wish you come back next Friday night at Texas. That'd be great to have you back on track. Gonna miss that number 2 Pabst Blue Ribbon machine out there that we're so accustomed to seeing each and every Friday night on the track. So glad you could join us out here and watch some of these fellow competitors put on a show for you. Hope we put on a good show for you as well right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And with just about 2 minutes remaining in this qualifying session, it looks like pretty much everybody that was going to come down on to the track and try to put in a qualifying lap has already done so. James Hickson, Matthew Lutz, only 2 drivers not to put in a time lap. They're going to be slotted in at 32nd and 33rd as of right now. And Ryan Johnson getting it done, as we've already said. Quick time, 51.90. 90 gonna take the pole here tonight from Talladega Super Speedway in the into being Dega Baby 125. We're gonna take a brief commercial break, head down trackside for the national anthem, so don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the racket's red glare that bombs past taking out gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Back trackside as the drivers make their way through final pre-race inspection. Gonna hit the track, gonna get ready to go. Hardcore plate racing here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway. Field begins to roll off. You hear those familiar bells off in the distance as the pace car rolls off. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for the into being Dega Baby 125 right here in Split Decisions Racing. Taking that top spot inside row number 1, your pole sitter, Ryan Johnson. Lucas Gortman in the 17 gonna line up just to his outside row number 2 here tonight. The 22 of Chris Wheeler, Thomas Myers right there in 4th. Row number 3, Luke Smith, Joshua Sousey, Donald Kendrick, newcomer here in a Split Decisions Racing. Kevin Bernheimer lined up just to his outside. Row number 5, Nate Johnson and Tyler Rush. 11th starting spot here tonight goes to Dave Gilbert. Brandon Shirley going to line up just to his outside. William Klingbeil, Kayla McCarthy back there in row number 7. Row number 8, Mark Ackerman and Jonathan Cross. Jeffrey Ramsdale going to slot in that 17th starting position. 18th going to Michael Gitchell. Row number 10, Michael Wayward and Elijah Travis. The 9 of Adam Benefield going to line up in the 21st starting position. James Hickson right there in 22nd. 23rd goes to Jacob Bowen. John Peterson going to line up in that 24th starting spot. 25th here tonight, Richard Crane, Justin Wilson right behind him. Row 14, Lance Brantlinger and Chase Berry. William Percy, Brian Huntley Jr. going to make up row number 15. Row 16 here tonight, Ian Humphreys and Brandon Whitford. Matthew Utz rounds out the starting lineup for tonight's race. Will jump to the front as your race leader as your pole sitter gets ready to fire things off. Pace car gonna duck off. We're set to go. Green flag racing for the first time, and green flag will fly here in just a few moments. Long way around to get to the restart box for these split decisions racing Turtle Shell Triple Threat drivers. Quiet things down in the background. Hear those engines scream as they come to life, and green flag flies for the first time here tonight, and what may be the only time here tonight. We'll have to wait to see if these drivers get that halfway stage break or if they run it all the way through. We've seen it work both ways, side by side right now. All your Cup drivers right there running with each other. Quick breakaway already, beginning to see a gap back from Brandon Shirley, last Cup Series driver, back to William Klingbeil, your first Xfinity Series driver. There you can see the different packs already developing on the track. Truck drivers able to stay right there with the Xfinity cars for the time being. Quick lap number 1 here. Hot and heavy action at the very front, but Lucas Gortman going to take that top spot away before Ryan Johnson can complete a lap as the race leader. The 17 works the bottom. Big run by the 77. Now he's going to come to the high side. The 81 looked like he was going to go 3 wide for a brief moment. Sousey thought better of it for the time being. He'll slot in second in that outside lane. And it looks like William Percy has had some trouble. The 95 has some issues. What happened with that 95 here on lap number 1? Let's go back, take a look, check the replay, and looks like, just coming to a stop there, having some mechanical issues, having to jump out of the truck very quickly. So that's going to go ahead and put Percy in a very bad, spot. Continue to watch this battle between these Cup Series drivers. We'll go back here in just a few moments, check on some of the other runners back there in that Xfinity and truck pack. They're packed up with each other, and it's going to be interesting to see if those two machines work with each other well enough that they're going to be able to run down this front pack of Cup Series drivers. And, well, it could be imagined that right here at a super speedway track that, you know, the Cup cars are going to be the most dominant cars out there on the track with a little bit more get up and go, so to speak. So as we see a pretty calm little battle up here at the front of this field with your Cup Series drivers, let's take a look back here through the pack. Kayla McCarthy leading this Xfinity Series pack. Kayla right there in the 24 machine in front of, I believe, that is the 83 of William Klingbeil, and yes, it is indeed Jonathan Cross just to the outside. Mark Ackerman, as well as a Jeffrey Ramsdale. Justin Wilson, Chase Berry, Truck Series drivers. There you can see them nose to tail right behind that 97 of Ramsdale. So it looks like the trucks are able to mingle and run with these Xfinity cars. I just wonder what it's going to end up being like if one of these trucks gets sandwiched in between an Xfinity car. Right now, it looks like pretty much all the trucks lined up on the outside lane with 2 Xfinity cars leading that outside lane, but not able to get by Kayla McCarthy just yet, who continues to hug that inside lane. And as can be expected, well, it's your best friend. You can't pass me if you go underneath it. So, I mean, right there running on that double yellow line, very familiar for a lot of drivers here, especially at super speedway races where that apron is just off limits. Going to be all types of action all over the track here tonight, so we'll jump around just a little bit as some of the producers and button pushers deem necessary. We'll jump around every now and again. Justin Wilson in that 58 machine, he's up 10 spots from where he started tonight's race, running now in the 17th position. And that Cup class, man, they have stepped out to a 5-second lead already. I don't even know what lap we're on yet. We've only got one driver or one individual out there playing the lap count game. The Win Dave's Dollars, if you can guess by, I forget, what was the time I said? I believe it was just an hour left, so you got 20 minutes here to decide what your lap count's going to be. If you can guess the amount of laps that these drivers are able to put in this hour and 25-minute timed event, then, well, you're going to get $5. And if nobody gets it, it's going to roll over to next week, so on and so forth. So right now, only got one out there in the chat. Two out there in the chat, actually. Patrick with his pick as well. We're going to go ahead and put mine in. And, well, we're not going to look to see anything just yet. So these drivers, I would say, let's go with, I'm going to say we can get, let me make sure, yes, indeed. I'm going to go with 84 laps, I believe is what these drivers are going to be able to turn here tonight. So we'll get my pick in there as well, see if I get to keep my money. I don't think I'm going to be able to, though. These drivers out there putting down some very, very fast laps. We'll jump back up here with the battle at the front of this field. Battle for the overall race lead. Battle between your Cup class as these drivers. Something else we got to keep in mind. We haven't mentioned it and talked about it very much prior to the All-Star event that we had last week at the iRacing Super Speedway. Super Speedway. Man, that thing is absolutely ridiculous, but nonetheless, the Chase, that cutoff for the Chase Championship coming up very soon. Only about, I believe it's 4 more races after tonight before drivers really have to get their focus dialed in and get ready to run for a championship. Only, I believe, a handful of races in the championship. I do not have the schedule right here in front of me. But I do believe the championship run is going to be right at that 5-race mark as well. We're going to get somebody to check in on that for us. And yes, indeed, it is 5 races in the championship run here for these split decision racing Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season drivers. We've had multiple drivers, comers and goers, if you will, not just on track each and every week, but we've had comers and goers as far as the classes are concerned. Multiple drivers brought up from the Truck Series into the Xfinity car drivers into the Cup Series. Some new truck drivers coming on to the scene as well. A handful of drivers mixing in for the first time with an upper class, if you will. The 26 now lost that lead pack, and he's going to lose a lap here to your race leaders. Ken Humphreys gather some composure and grab a hold of that draft. Not going to be able to do so at all. Tough break right there for that truck. He's going to lose a ton of time, and look for the next group to be there shortly. 13 seconds back to this man right here, Jonathan Cross, leading the entire second half of the field basically right here. All of these Xfinity car drivers and truck drivers back here working with each other, all intermingled on the track for position. Your top drivers in this second pack right now are dominated by the Xfinity car drivers. Jonathan Cross, Kayla McCarthy, Jeffrey Ramsdale, William Klingbeil, the first 4 drivers in this pack. Then you've got some truck drivers, Justin Wilson, Chase Berry right here, Mark Ackerman back there in the 37 machine. He's yet another Xfinity Series driver And some of these cars looks like they're starting to lose a little space, lose a little ground. I believe that may be Michael Hayward right there. Yes, it is in that 14 machine. Hayward losing a little bit of pace. And let's trouble on the track. We've got smoke. Caution, flag gonna fly. Big time trouble here tonight. As drivers slow it down, let's see what happened here. Not actually catching it. Maybe Chase Berry may have been involved. I believe that is what we're being told. Let's take a look back at lap number 10. Here's Berry. Took third in line right there in between two trucks. Just gets a big push and turned and, oh, wow. It's got to be a 9.3. Did not stick the landing. Man, what a ride right there by Berry. Let's take another look at this one. On board with the Berry here. There you can see him all over the tail end of Wilson. Big bump and around and around and around and around and around. I don't even know how many times he spun right there. That is crazy. My goodness. Big hit there for Chase Berry. He'll have himself some troubles for the rest of the night. Had to tow back to pit road. Thomas Myers going to lead the field to pit road. He was able to snatch the lead, get a few laps led in his back pocket. Field comes to a crawl early here tonight. First time we've seen a caution flag fly on the raceway in quite some time here in the Split Decisions Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season, and it does look like drivers going to go ahead and elect to come down pit road. So as all of these drivers come down pit road, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. We'll be right back. quick commercial break from our sponsors, and we're back, ready to fire things off once again here from Talladega Superspeedway. Thomas Myers going to lead the field back to the green flag. Pace car lights are out. We're set to go. Back green flag racing right here from Talladega Superspeedway into being Dega Baby 125. Pace car down, but it is a long way around. We'll join the fans in the stands for this restart. Field all single file. Looks like some drivers having some issues towards the rear of the field. Waiting for it, and green flag flies once again here at Talladega Superspeedway. Just over 60 minutes remaining, right under 70 to be exact, so 15 minutes already in the books for these split decisions. Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season drivers. Looks like we've got a mix-up towards the rear of the field now. Drivers all scattered after this single file restart. Your top two, Thomas Myers, Luke Smith, have stepped away just a little bit. We'll bring it in a little closer to the action as now the 77 has to deal with Smith to the outside. Here comes Dave Gilbert for the first time inside the top three. Gilbert looks for a pass. Nope, gonna slot right in line with the 78. Here comes Kevin Bernheimer in the Ford Mustang. There you can see Bernheimer in that 28 machine slotted in third in a line on the bottom lane. Nate Johnson, Tyler Rush, Chris Wheeler running with each other back through the pack. Looks like Matthew Lutz may have had some trouble. Lutz has had some trouble since the start of tonight's race. Only got about a lap or two in. Had to bring it back down to pit road, and now looks like the hood gone up and down, and they begin to push that 33 machine back behind pit wall. So a big time a hit in the points here for a newcomer. Matthew Lutz and the 33 crew going to be scored out of tonight's event. Top four have broken away somewhat from the field, but there you can see Nate Johnson. He leads Tyler Rush, Chris Wheeler, Brandon Shirley. Those four drivers, their nose to tail, they look to make up just over a second on the four drivers in front of them. That will give us 8 drivers all in that first pack. Their driver leading the next pack back kind of in no man's land right now at this point in time. Joshua Sousey just kind of stuck. A little further back on the track, Elijah Travis made a pass for P20 on the track. 15th spot changing hands. William Klingbeil going to take that spot. Jonathan Cross gets by for P13 on track. Right there, third car in line. He's going to look to drop to the bottom right in front of Caleb McCarthy. The 36 stuck to the high side all alone, all by himself. Richard Crane, no help on the outside. That truck driver dropping like a rock. And now I believe we're going to see more of that single class packs, if you will. We're going to see more of Xfinity cars running with the Xfinity cars now. After that single file restart, that's put the field kind of in a down south we call it a tizzy, kind of in a pickle, if you will. Some drivers now not able to intermingle with that next class up, but lingering right there behind, I believe that is James Hickson in the 12 machine. Yes, it is Hickson leading all the truck series drivers right now. The truck class trying to hang on to the back end of William Klingbeil and keep some of that draft. We will jump around the track to a little different action here and there. Battling right here is that pack of Xfinity car drivers. Jeffrey Ramsdell, 5th driver in line in this pack. Caleb McCarthy, Jonathan Cross, Lucas Gortman just off in front of them. Joshua Sousey. Those are some Cup Series drivers lingering back here with some of the Xfinity drivers, maybe wanting to run back here, play it a little safe, let those other Cup Series drivers battle it out amongst themselves and possibly take one of themselves out of tonight's race before they have a chance. For all of you out there in TV land playing along here tonight with Win Dave's Dollars, let's see where we're sitting right now, looks like lap count so far, lap 18 on the board. Going to begin lap 19 this time around. So that's right. If you want to win Dave's Dollars, you got about 5.5 minutes left to make your pick out there in the chat. Go ahead and write it down. That way it makes it official. And you could find yourself winning some of Dave's Dollars. Gortman in the 17 machine. He's right behind Ryan Johnson. Joshua Sousey right there leading this second small pack. It has some Cup drivers. It has some Xfinity Series drivers. Jeffrey Ramsdell, last driver in line right here. So you've got about 4 Xfinity class drivers to 3 Cup Series drivers, and I think these Xfinity Series runners are just looking to kind of keep pace, hold strong, hold true to the strategy right now, and just trying to slowly work their way back up through the field. I don't believe the Xfinity cars being behind the Cup cars are going to affect the speed very much. Looking at the speeds, as a matter of fact, it looks like they may be just a tick faster. As far as the miles an hour is concerned, the speed much different as far as lap times. Last time by, your race leader Thomas Myers going to run a 50.05. Dave Gilbert in the 7 ran a 50.05 as well. Back in this pack right here, a 50.54, so that's a half a second slower on the lap. The speed's not showing it, but the lap time, it's definitely showing up, so maybe the drag back from these Xfinity class drivers tucked in with 3 of your Cup Series drivers could be affecting the way they go. We'll jump back a little further in the field. Look at this little battle going on between some Xfinity Series drivers and some Truck Series drivers. The 8 of Lance Brantlinger right there on the tail end. I believe that's the 12 of James Hickson. Yes, it is. They're trying to make up some ground on some Xfinity drivers down there on the inside. That's Michael Gitchell, Elijah Travis leading this pack of cars right here. So just 2 of those drivers, and they've got a hornet's nest of trucks behind them, and they've got quite a gap to make up if they're going to want to go any further up through this field. About 9 seconds back to this driver right here, Jeffrey Ramsdell, tail end of this 3rd pack on track. That's right, 3rd different pack on the raceway here tonight. And as we go with Joshua Sousey, leader of this 2nd pack, another 8 seconds in front of Sousey. You can find this man right here, tail end of the 2nd pack, Brandon Shirley in the 85 Ford Mustang. Field being led, or 2nd pack being led, I should say, this 4-car pack. Luke Smith just off in front of Nate Johnson. 3 seconds back is Johnson right now. Tyler Rush, Chris Wheeler, and Shirley right there in tow, trying to get their driver back up there towards the front. We'll jump back all the way to the front now as your top 4 stepped away from the field. 3-second gap back to the 5th place runner. So your top 4, Thomas Myers, Dave Gilbert, Kevin Bernheimer, and Luke Smith all look to try to just log some laps early here. Got about 60 seconds remaining before the cutoff on Dave's Dollars. So, well, Elijah, Patrick, we'll see which one of you boys are right, or are any of us right here tonight. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out, how it all shakes down. Tell you what, fan cam here tonight. Why don't we go back just like we were watching the race from the stands. Different cameras strung throughout this huge 2.5-mile super speedway racing facility. And if you haven't had a chance to get to Talladega Super Speedway, I highly suggest it, and I highly suggest go ahead and spring for that infield camping, because wow. I mean, I can't go into details you got to go see for yourself. It's one of those bucket list things. If you're a race fan, you got to get to Talladega Superspeedway. You've got to hang out Talladega Boulevard there on the infield. It's one of those Daytona type things, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Indy 500 type thing, maybe even an all-star race or the Southern 500, those big iconic races that you just got to go see a race, or you just got to go see that track. Bristol Motor Speedway, one of those tracks covered in dirt right now. Look for some updates and some things of that nature coming from Turn 3 Racing Network. Dave in the Cave, you're going to meet up with some of the guys. Some of the guys from the headquarters going to be coming down as well, so look for some great things about the World of Outlaws race at Bristol Motor Speedway next Saturday night. Going to have a good old time with a lot of you Turn 3 Racing fans, friends, family, drivers. Going to be a good old time down there in Bristol, Tennessee. But right now, we're on track here with the Split Decision Racing's Triple Threat 2021 season drivers. Thomas Myers continues to lead this field, continues to have these 4 drivers tucked up in behind them. Nate Johnson able to close the distance just a little bit. Tyler Rush, Chris Wheeler, Brandon Shirley in tow. That gap now down to just about 2.5 seconds from your race leader, so they are slowly and surely making their way a little bit further up through the field. Now Dave's dial is cut off. Nobody going to get it. Patrick Anderson, Elijah Travis. Let's see which one of you guys are right out there tonight going to do some house cleaning, as we have got under that 60-minute threshold. Donald Kendrick not able to make a lap here tonight. Unfortunately, mechanical issues kept that 127 from the track. William Percy, Matthew Lutz both have trouble. They'll be scored out of tonight's race back in the garage in 32nd and 31st position. We've still got 30 drivers out there on the track tonight. We've still got 27 left on the lead lap. Justin Wilson scored as the first driver off the pace. Gonna jump around again just a little bit, bring you some more camera shots, some more action on the track from different angles if we can. Go ahead and throw back some of these great camera shots back. Tail end of Jonathan Cross looking back at Lucas Gortman. There you can see Gortman in tow, but not really pressing the issue right now, just trying to log some laps, get through the middle portion, the meat of the race, if you will. Drivers wanting to mix it up early to assert themselves, and then, you know, most of the time you want to kind of let things ride for a little while, let things play out, and then run back to the front. Once again, timed event here in the Split Decisions Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. 85-minute timed event, and lap count does not matter, but how many laps will these drivers get? 3 different classes out there racing all at one time. And no, drivers aren't just running by themselves or in their own classes. There you can see from the back end of Jonathan Cross, well, that's another Xfinity Series driver, and there's a truck driver not too far off in the distance. There's another one down on the apron. Big moment there, but look right in front of Gortman right now. Right in front of Cross, I should say, is Gortman, and that is a Cup class driver. So Xfinity drivers, Cup drivers, able to intermingle. Also back here, we'll go back, take a look from the top side of another Xfinity Series driver. There you can see Elijah Travis. He's hooked up with 2 Truck Series drivers off in front of him, and Lance Brantlinger and James Hickson. They're right there running 16th, 17th on a track. So Travis, your Xfinity class leader right now, overall points leader in the Xfinity class. Travis looking for a little bit of help. Another driver comes to pit road. Looks like Brendan Whitford going to come down pit road. Let's see if it's a scheduled stop. How long is he in the box? In the box for quite some time now, upwards of 20 seconds. So looks like Whitford may have had some trouble. Thomas Myers, Dave Gilbert, Kevin Bernheimer, as well as Luke Smith break off the speedway. They'll come down for the first round of green flag pit stops here tonight in the Into Being Dega Baby 125. More drivers to pit road. Looks like some truck drivers going to break away for pit road this time by. Hickson, Brantlinger, Wilson, all down to pit road that time by. More drivers side by side, 3 wide trucks, Xfinity cars, Cup cars. They're all mixed in with each other now. This is where it gets interesting in the Split Decision Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat races each and every Friday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network with, well, you guessed it, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls here from the trackside tonight. And as we have already crossed that 60-minute remaining mark, if you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave of the Cave, or anybody else back at the headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're just sliding through to say hey, or you are the dedicated fan, friend, or family. We do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time. So go ahead. You know you want to toss these drivers a thumbs up. Green flag pit stop still underway. Joshua Sousey, as well as Ryan Johnson, Lucas Gortman, Jeffrey Ramsdell, John Peterson, Jacob Bowen, Brian Huntley Jr., they all come to pit road. Chase Berry makes his way back off of pit road and back onto the track. Look for Berry to try to make up some positions after some hard impact. He's being scored multiple laps down, but can Berry somehow get his way back inside, let's say, the top 20? Richard Crane has some more issues here tonight. Crane involved in an early incident here tonight once again, and Crane goes off track. We'll take a look here. Looks like thought about coming to pit road and thought a little too late. Gonna clip and shave some of the grass. I believe the landscaper is gonna send him a bill for fixing that one. You're back to the front of this field, though, still yet to pit your top. I believe that is your top 7. Kayla McCarthy rounding out those top 7 drivers that have yet to come to pit road under green flag conditions. We've seen drivers take advantage of that early caution, and just like that, big exodus of cars. 4 coming to pit road, smoking the tires, trying to get it slowed down. My gosh, who was that? That was crazy. I believe that may have been Nate Johnson in the Ford Mustang right there. Was that Johnson? And I believe, yes, it was. Nate Johnson smoking them tires, getting to pit road. Man, pushing the limits. How about that? Just over 50 minutes now remaining in tonight's Into Being Dagabago Baby 125. Big time shout out, tip of the cap to Into Being. If you're looking for prototype help or maybe just some consultation and some advice on how to get some of your prototypes into the medical field, look no further. Check out Into Being. Jonathan Cross now going to take over the lead of the race cross, one of those Xfinity Series drivers. He has yet to come to pit road. William Klingbell, Kayla McCarthy, yet to come to pit road as well. Those are your top 3 drivers. Watching a battle back behind them right now, beginning to develop. Look at all these drivers beginning to get nose to tail. That gap, those gaps in between them are going to begin to shrink. But I wonder, will Elijah Travis be able to keep pace? Will he be able to get up there to the back of Mark Ackerman and take that 51 a little further in the field here tonight? Right now, Travis on the outside of the top 10, looking in, running in the 12th position as they are on track. But what's going to happen to some of these truck drivers? It looks like the majority of the truck drivers have fallen off pace now that they have been relegated to running with themselves. And drivers are very close to being put one lap down. Michael Hayward, he's going to peel off, come to pit road. Your top 3 going to peel off and come to pit road this time as well. So Cross, Klingbell, McCarthy down to pit road for their first green flag pit stop. Chris Wheeler will inherit the race lead now. Brandon Shirley tucked in right behind him, a 2-car breakaway now at the front of this field. Will we see the trio behind catch up? Wheeler leads, Shirley leads, Luke Smith, Bernheimer, and Sousey. Ackerman, Gitchell, Elijah Travis, they all come to pit road this time by. And it looks like normally we see some of those short pits work. We see most of the time the pack that's to pit road first is the pack that rejoins the race and eventually retakes that race lead, but not here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway. These drivers right here in this pack, this three cup car pack, I'll spit it out eventually, with Luke Smith, Kevin Bernheimer, and Joshua Sousey right there. Dave Gilbert also in the mix. Dave, third car in line right there. Gilbert scored off of the lead lap, some trouble getting to pit road, and he had some time in the box. So Gilbert now being scored off of the lead lap, but running strong right here with Bernheimer. In Sousey, I believe that is. No, that is Luke Smith and Bernheimer. I apologize. Joshua Sousey, Ryan Johnson losing some time. They came to pit road back on lap number 31, 2 laps after these two drivers leading this small little pack. Chris Wheeler, Brandon Shirley onto pit road at lap number 33, so it's somewhat working itself out, but here comes that big run by these drivers back through this field. And we're actually starting to see a lot more gaps in between, a lot more drivers out there on track. Not quite as much pack racing, so to speak, as we're used to seeing. We do see Chris Wheeler still leading, Brandon Shirley, Luke Smith, Kevin Bernheimer. They've all been able to accordion back with each other. Dave Gilbert in tow, although Gilbert is the first Cup Series driver off of the lead lap. He's sitting now back in the 15th position. There you can see Thomas Myers, another one of those Cup Series drivers. Oh, here comes the 22 looking for a way by. Not going to get by just yet. Myers was at the front of this field. Going to look, and it looks like maybe a pit road penalty as well, catching him out on pit road for an extended stay. So it does look like he was handed a pit road speeding penalty. So the 77 paying for that, as well as Dave Gilbert is. And they're going to be battling here very soon for what will be your lucky dog should we get yet another caution flag here tonight. We do have some small things going on around this raceway. There you can see a long group of cars, the 58, 5, 16, all Truck Series drivers. There you can find also that 12 of James Hickson back here. All of these drivers are running with each other. Most of these drivers scored at least one, if not more, laps down to the race leader, Chris Wheeler, who continues to lead right now. Still has Shirley, Smith, Bernheimer, and Sousey in tow. Back to the front of the field once again. There you can see that 77 of Thomas Myers. He's trying to keep that thing wound up and keep it in front of that 22 of Chris Wheeler. Should we get a caution, he'll be able to stay on the lead lap and not need a lucky dog in order to get by, because Dave Gilbert, he's right here with this pack as well. And now it looks like driver's going to be content just to get back single file, log some more laps here tonight as we click down Just over 45 minutes remaining in tonight's 85-minute timed event for tonight's Into Being Dega Baby 125. Klingbeil makes a pass on cross back for P9 right now. They've been going back and forth at it, left and right. Kayla McCarthy sitting just off in front of them, so these drivers continue to mix it up. Xfinity cars have, I believe, that is Nate Johnson. No, that is, who is that? Yes, that is Nate Johnson in the 88 machine right here. Gonna check that. Johnson, I'm not sure if he had a pit road penalty or not, on pit road for just about 25 seconds, so maybe a little bit of an extended stay. It looks like indeed we are going to have that stage break, the halfway point caution. 43 laps on the board, so we'll see if these drivers can put down another 43 laps. And man, if they're right, I'm going to be right there on it. 84 laps is what Dave called. Can Dave win Dave's dollars here tonight by the time we end tonight's Into Being Dega Baby 125? And with that being said, race fans, as this field all catches up and catches pace, car on the track, we're going to go ahead and break for a brief commercial break. You won't miss any of the action as we go side by side right here with Split Decisions.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
back track side as the field gets ready to receive the one to go. Pace car lights should go out this time by, and indeed they do here tonight in the into being Dega Baby 125. That's right, you can see that lap, the ticker over there, the timer clicking down slowly but surely. 37 minutes remaining in tonight's 85-minute timed event right here in the Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. That's right, Triple Threat, 3 classes all on track at the same time. Road course rules apply unless the caution is absolutely just blocked up. No full force cautions, only local yellows here in SDR. That's why it's part of that triple threat. And again, we have that timed event part of it where lap count doesn't matter. So we here, or I here in the cave, Dave in the cave, calling out with a new contest here, seeing if you fans out there want to win a few Dave's dollars each and every week here Friday night on the Turn 3 Racing Network for the Split Decision Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. You can see the front of this field dominated by those Cup Series cars, but how about Kayla McCarthy, highest running Xfinity class driver, sitting right there inside of the top 10. McCarthy right there going to line up 8th for this restart. Single file restart, and we've seen this happen after our first caution, our only caution for a race incident on the track here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway. Look for this field to get broken up quite a bit. iRacing pace car gonna duck on down. We've got one truck trying to file to the back. Luke Smith gonna bring the field back to the restart box. When will Smith fire things off? Smith gonna bring it up through the gears, and green flag flies. Once again here at Talladega Superspeedway, Chris Wheeler is still in tow. These top two not able to jump away from the field the way that the top two were able to on our previous restart. I'm gonna keep my eye back here though. Nate Johnson, what a recovery here by Johnson. The 88 now up inside the top 10, looking to knock on the door of a top 5. Johnson running in 6th. And there you see the big scrum. There you see the big battle. Back here, Jonathan Cross, Tyler Rush, Jeffrey Ramsdell, Thomas Myers, Dave Gilbert. Did Gilbert get himself back on the lead lap? That's a very good question. We'll have to see if Gilbert is listed one lap down still, and I do believe Gilbert found a way to get himself back onto the lead lap. Top 4 on track now with a breakaway. Luke Smith leads Chris Wheeler. Joshua Sousey right there. Ryan Johnson in tow. 1.3 seconds back, Lucas Gortman. Then Nate Johnson, a 2.5 second breakaway over Kevin Bernheimer, the 28 Ford Mustang, sitting back now in 7th spot. Brandon Shirley, Kayla McCarthy, Tyler Rush round out your top 10. And now that second pack really beginning to form up with each other. You can see Jonathan Cross trying to get to the back end of Dave Gilbert. Gilbert right there hanging tough with Myers and McCarthy down on the bottom lane. And Tyler Rush goes to the top of the speedway. They'll try to make their way by. Close battle right here for supremacy in this second little pack, and it looks like some of those Cup drivers now moving their way towards the front of this second pack. Once again, there you can see already beginning to break away. A little bit of a gap back to that 85 Ford Mustang of Brandon Shirley. Looks like Shirley losing some ground now in that Xfinity ride. Going to check back in with this 5-car breakaway at the front of the field. Your top 5 have stepped out to a 2.5 second race advantage now with just 33 minutes remaining on the stopwatch to decide which driver is going to walk away with the checkered flag here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network, live from Talladega Super Speedway. Looks like your top five pretty much content with just running right there with each other. We're going to check in back here with some drivers mixing it up all through the field. Chase Berry looking to bring that 5 machine back up through the field. He's right there behind, knocking down that rear deck lid of the 9 of Adam Benefield. Benefield running strong, trying to get himself back up inside of the top 20. Sits right now in that 20th position, but he's looking for a little bit more. Has some Xfinity car drivers right there slotted in with him. Mark Ackerman in the 37 leads this field. He's got Michael Gitchell, William Klingbeil right there behind him. Elijah Travis back through the field as well. 1 lap in front of most of these Truck Series drivers. Travis still tail end right here, tail end of the Xfinity class as well. Michael Hayward, only driver in the Xfinity class, sitting outside of this little pack. Hayward sitting about a second back right now, in heavy danger of going down a lap here tonight. 2, 3 wide almost. Truck drivers going everywhere. Look at this scrum, look at the mix. Back through this field, drivers mixing it up all over the place. 3 wide racing once again. Truck drivers getting the job done. We've got 1 Xfinity Series driver outside of 2 trucks right now. Elijah Travis finds himself in a hornet's nest. Contact, drivers into the outside wall. Elijah Travis gets caught up again. Travis gonna go to the inside wall. Hard impact for that 51. He comes back up on track, tries to get it corralled. We'll take a look here how it all went down. There's the contact with the outside wall. Travis gonna go down across the track, pancake that right hand side. We'll take one more look at that one right here. Oh, and there you go. Once again, all those drivers going everywhere. Tough break right there for that 51 Toyota Supra of Elijah Travis. Your Xfinity class points leader coming into tonight's Dega Baby 125, and he is going to take a points hit for sure. Kayla McCarthy right there running well. Brandon Shirley also running well. Xfinity class, Elijah Travis only had a 1-point advantage over Richard Reimuller, and Reimuller not out there on the track tonight, so he's not going to gain or lose any on him. But look at Jeffrey Ramsdell running inside the top 15. Ramsdell sitting 20 points back from Travis. Can Ramsdell jump your points leader? Speaking of jumping, we'll jump back to some action here on track. William Klingbeil, Mark Ackerman, now back to Dave Gilbert. Ackerman and them mixing it up back there towards the tail end of the top 20. James Hickson gonna make a pass on Jacob Bowen for 25th on track. Whitford able to get back out on track after some trouble in his machine, so good to see that. 131 back out there on track, but well behind the 8 ball, well behind being able to make a pass for too many more positions out there. Michael Hayward now making a pass on Lance Brantlinger. Cross being able to get by Kayla McCarthy. Now McCarthy getting back by Jonathan Cross. That's a battle for 12th on track. Dave Gilbert in that 7. There you can see him. He was down a lap. Now due to that halfway break, he's found himself back on the lead lap. Found a way back inside the top 10. Can he put that Ford Mustang any further inside of the top 10? He's got a few Cup drivers stacked up in front of him. I believe that is being led right now by the 88 of Nate Johnson. And yes, indeed, it is Nate Johnson, Kevin Bernheimer, Tyler Rush, and Thomas Myers leading Dave Gilbert in a small 3-car Xfinity breakaway back behind them. There you can see that wounded 51 of Elijah Travis down there on the apron trying to get back up to speed after a pit stop. When will these drivers hit pit road again? They were last down to pit road under that stage brake caution. That was on what would have been lap number 43, and that was just about 20 minutes ago. So I tell you what, race fans, we haven't checked it in quite a while, so why don't we go ahead and check that for you now. Why don't we run down, see how many laps these drivers actually have out there tonight. It looks like we got to do it a certain way, so why don't we go ahead over here, see if we can't throw that lap count up for you. 57 laps in. Patrick, you're looking like you may be the winner here tonight. They got to get 19 laps in order to get you to your number. Quite a ways to go to get that 107. 103, I apologize, Elijah. That's going to be quite a task to put in just about another 50 laps or so. 47 laps, 43 somewhere. You know, I can't count. Nonetheless, drivers going to continue around this raceway, continue to try to make up some positions here, and that's the trouble with these restrictor plate races. Is it's very tough to maintain that spot. You're able to get runs, you're able to push the envelope, you're able to make a quick move to maybe jump, leapfrog a spot or two, but that accordion effect, the draft, the big equalizer at these restrictor plate races, and it allows these drivers to stay pretty much tucked in with each other. Only time we really typically see these big breakaways like we are seeing right now, even amongst Cup car drivers themselves. Your top 5 truck Cup drivers have stepped away from, I believe that is the next 5 Cup drivers as well, just due to that restart, able to get on the gas, up through the gears, less wheel spin, and able to get this thing going, scoot away from a draft, not let you sniff that drafter, try to reel them back in. And now these drivers going to have to depend on some strategy here as we are knocking on the door of just under 25 minutes remaining in tonight's 85-minute timed event right here from Talladega Superspeedway in the Dega Baby 1:25. Looks like Justin Wilson may have had some trouble. We'll go back, take a look and see what happened here to Wilson. Wilson looked like he may have had an off-track and the 14 caught up and involved. Michael Hayward went off track there up on the wall. Look at that, 3-4 trucks. Oh my goodness. And then it looks like Justin Wilson may have had some trouble from that point on. Looks like he may have looped it here down there on the grass. So big time implications for some positions as drivers now relegated to pit road. Back to the front of this field with Chris Wheeler in tow with Luke Smith, Joshua Southey running in third. Brian Johnson, Tiny Horse, looks to try to talk to us in a post-race interview. Once again, remember 2 weeks ago when these drivers were running for points, Johnson taking the Cup class win, taking the overall win as well. So how will it all shake out? Will Johnson be willing to jump out of line and try to take that 38 a little bit further to the front? Looks like he's pretty content to run where he is right now. There you can see him, 4th car in line. Everybody down on that bottom lane. We'll jump back to a little more action here with Dave Gilbert, Thomas Myers, Tyler Rush just off in front of them. They're following Nate Johnson and Luke Gortman. I do apologize, Gortman up there in that top 5. Nate Johnson leading Kevin Bernheimer. This It looks like it is a 6-car breakaway, 7-car breakaway. Then a big gap back from there. Looks like a huge gap, to be exact, all the way back to William Klingbeil. Another 27 seconds back from the pack we have on screen right now. So Klingbeil struggling here. He's got Michael Gitchell and Mark Ackerman right there with him, rounding out your top 17, rounding out the drivers still on the lead lap. All of your Truck Series drivers unfortunately falling to the pace at the front of this field, being put down by your race leaders. Luke Smith, Chris Wheeler, they're putting more drivers a lap down. And as we said, all the Truck Series drivers unfortunately being listed a lap down. A few of these Xfinity Series drivers being listed multiple laps down. Elijah Travis with a rough go here tonight, as well as Michael Hayward. Hayward caught up in what was another on-track incident just moments ago. And now a big train of cars begins to develop back on this track. Chris Wheeler still right there in second behind Luke Smith, Joshua Salcy, and Ryan Johnson. Lucas Gortman in that 17. He's trying to hold strong right there. Hold on. Tail end of this field, rounding out your top 5. And well, it says 21 to go up there. That's what iRacing thinks these drivers are going to be able to get in by the end of tonight's official race distance. We'll have to see if that holds true, and we'll check it here in just a second. We'll check that lap count number, as it looks like Richard Crane has been to pit road for what should be the final time of the night. Back on lap number 60 for that truck driver. Will Crane be able to leapfrog a few of his competitors? Elijah Travis going to come back down pit road one more time here. Looks like Travis may still be trying to finesse with some of those fenders out, try to get a little more speed out of that 51, but looks like he's going to have an uphill climb from here on out. Big time moment right here. What does Nate Johnson do? Johnson taking the field to the high side around the 26, and I believe that is Justin Wilson in the 58 machine. They're going to stay to the bottom. Field goes to the top. Bernheimer right there staying in line. Here comes Tyler Rush. Brandon Shirley losing touch just a little bit. Kayla McCarthy getting separated. She'll go 3 wide to the outside of that 77 of Myers. Myers now going to be able to pull down to the bottom. He'll take that spot away, but can these Xfinity class drivers get slotted back in line and get back up the speed and not lose the draft with those Cup cars? Luke Smith, Chris Wheeler, they're gonna break for pit road. Looks like Adam Benefield breaking for pit road as well. Nate Johnson, Kevin Bernheimer, Tyler Rush, Brandon Shirley, Thomas Myers, Dave Gilbert. They're all gonna come to pit road as well. So now your top 6 still out on track, yet to make their final stop of the night. We'll check in way out front with your race leaders. 7-second advantage over Kayla McCarthy, Jonathan Cross, and Jeffrey Ramsdale. So we've got 3 Cup class drivers right here at the front of the field. 1, 2, 3. We've got 3 Xfinity Series drivers. 4, 5, 6 on the track. Got to go a little bit further back through the field to get to those Truck Series drivers, as now your top 3, the trio, gonna come to pit road side by side. Hard on the brakes there for Ryan Johnson. Did he get it slowed down enough, or will he be the latest victim on pit road and get popped with a penalty? Looks like Kayla McCarthy and Jeffrey Ramsdale, they're gonna break off the track and down a pit road. Now that's gonna put the field in the hands of Jonathan Cross. That one machine gonna take over the lead of the race, taking that spot, or taking his position just in front of that 51 of Elijah Travis. Travis now being scored 3 laps down from your race leader, Jonathan Cross. Oh, and Cross into the outside wall. Travis and Cross split that 26 of Ian Humphreys, and Cross gets into the outside wall just a little bit. Klingbeil, Gitchell, Ackerman all to pit road this time by, so more Xfinity Series drivers completing their should-be final green flag pit stop of the evening. And Ryan Johnson, he's taken that top spot of drivers that have already been back down to pit road for the final time on what would have been lap number 66 for these drivers, although lap count doesn't matter here in the triple threat Turtle Shells in the split decision racing's Turtle Shells triple threat. I'll spit it out eventually. I know I can. I do it all the time. Tongue struggling a little bit here to cooperate with us. Nonetheless, Jonathan Cross still leads Ryan Johnson, Joshua Sousey, Chris Wheeler, as now Cross gonna come to pit road solo, and will that be the kind of the nail in the coffin for that one? He was struggling to keep some pace there as we had that long green flag run. Now he's going to be all alone on and off pit road. Going to be tough to make up some ground, but here you go, drivers making up some ground, mixing it up once again. The top 5 all running with each other, being led now by Chris Wheeler on the inside, the 38 of Ryan Johnson. No pit road penalty getting on and off pit road, so a heck of a job by all of these drivers in the top 5. They're back right where they were running at the front of this field prior to this latest round of green flag pit stop. Most drivers on the pit road at least 4 times here tonight. Some drivers upwards of 5 or 6, depending on how their night has went. And a few drivers out of tonight's race. And looking at the stopwatch, we are now 70 minutes into tonight's 85-minute timed event. So we'll go ahead and run down the order and give you a little bit of the house cleaning going on here tonight. Started with 33 drivers on the starting grid for tonight's Into Being Take a Baby 125, and it looks like we have still got 30 drivers out there on the track, with only 12 being scored. 13, I apologize, Jonathan Cross very close to going a lap down here. Cross still being scored on the lead lap, however, so 13 drivers still left on the lead lap, and it's going to be quite a task for Cross to stay on the lead lap and in a solid position. Right now dropped outside of the top 10, running in the 13th position, 3 spots from where he started tonight's race. We'll keep our eye right here for just a few more moments with what will be, or actually is, your race leaders. Chris Wheeler, Luke Smith, Ryan Johnson all nose to tail with each other. 38 looking for some speed. Looks like he may be backing up the field here just a little bit, trying to gauge and judge a run, as he knows the time is running out. Less than 15 minutes remaining to try to put yourself in victory lane. And can that Taz Motorsports driver do it once again? Can he go to the front of the field? Can he go back to victory lane? We'll have to wait to see how all that shakes out. Not seeing the familiar paint scheme here from Johnson tonight. I'll tell you what, we'll take a look inside of that 38 machine of Ryan Johnson, and it looks like maybe trading paint's not working here tonight for us on Ryan Johnson for whatever reason. So we'll jump back outside of the car, continue to watch this battle unfold with Chris Wheeler, Luke Smith, Ryan Johnson, Joshua Sousey, and Lucas Gortman rounding out your top 5. There you can see Dave Gilbert with some more trouble. Long pit stop once again. 31-second stop, so hit with yet another penalty. That's been 2 on the evening here tonight for that 77 crew. And just when you thought your day got better, another round of green flag pit stops puts you back behind the 8-ball. Gilbert now scored outside of your top 20. And as drivers inch closer to just 10 minutes remaining here tonight, if you haven't already, race fans, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate you each and every time you stop by, whether you're just stopping through to say, hey, maybe try to steal some of Dave's dollars. We appreciate each and every one of you, as well as the dedicated fan, friend, and family that join us each and every Friday night and any other night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So a big tip of the cap to all you fans out there that continue to support not just your series in leagues and drivers, but us right here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. Without you, there'd be no us. So we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you come by. And if you haven't already, throw these drivers that thumbs up. And there you can see Jonathan Cross, what we were alluding to, came to pit road all by himself, stayed out on the track at least a lap longer than his competitors, and now he finds himself back off of the lead lap, back behind the 8-ball. Now is Jonathan Cross, and Cross being scored, actually it looks like back in the 15th position. He's lost not just the lead lap, but he has lost some positions. Jacob Bowen going to be the last driver to bring his machine down pit road for final fuel and service. Going to stay right here with this battle between Thomas Myers as he's trying to make his way up by Tyler Rush, and well, producers having none of it. We're going to jump back to the front with Joshua Sousey in the 81 machine. I tell you what, why don't we go on board here with Sousey for a lap at Talladega. Lead back, making their way by some back markers here. More drivers in trouble of falling off of the lead lap. Looks like Jeffrey Ramsdale sitting about 30 seconds back from your race leader. So this front pack very well may begin to put some of the drivers knocking on the door of a top 10 down off of the lead lap right now. William Klingbeil being scored as the first driver off of the lead lap. Klingbeil sitting back in 13th as they run. Back outside the car once again. We'll jump around the front of this field just a little bit. Take a look from the front of that Crush 10, piloted by Luke Smith. The Ford Mustang of Smith is your highest running Ford driver in the field here tonight. Most of the front, most of the top spots inside of your top 20 being dominated by that Chevy bow tie. And if you don't believe me, well, we'll go ahead and we'll see if we can't get that for you right there. Look at that. Just look at that. Chevy. One Toyota Supra out there tonight. Elijah Travis just inside of your top 20, running in the 19th spot right now. Tough break all alone out there as far as lining up perfectly for the draft. Travis has had some trouble looking to try to just walk away from Talladega with a little bit of points if he can. And as we've got a big train of cars here coming together with each other, it looks like most of these drivers are scored off of the lead lap, behind multiple laps right here. And there you can see that's Tyler Rush. I apologize, Lucas Gortman. That's Lucas Gortman, fifth car in line down on the bottom lane right now, trying to make his way up and around. I believe that is Elijah Travis now leading the outside lane, and indeed it is. So we've got some front runners. We have some back markers right here in this big pack. Oh, close racing action right there between Travis and I believe that is Ackerman down there on the inside lane. And Jonathan Cross going to go to the bottom of the track. He likes the way that inside lane was running. Can't blame them. They begin to step away. Close racing action on track right here with your race leaders, with your lead pack. I have some back markers locked in as well. Gonna check the lap count for you right here. There you can see it on screen. Coming to take lap number 80, or actually took lap number 80 that time by across the stripe with just 7 minutes remaining here tonight. Looks like I don't believe they're only going to get 4 more laps in here tonight, so I think I missed it as well. So unfortunately, Patrick, you're not going to be able to win Dave's dollars here tonight. Dave isn't going to be able to keep his dollars neither. And well, Elijah, unless these drivers can just click off some lightning fast times, well, this money going to roll over to next Friday night right here for the Split Decisions Racing's Turtle Shells Triple Threat 2021 season. Chris Wheeler still leading Luke Smith, Ryan Johnson, Joshua Sousey right there. Lucas Gortman still running in that 5th spot, 17 seconds back all the way to Tyler Rush, Thomas Myers, Kevin Bernheimer, Brandon Shirley, Kayla McCarthy rounds out your top 10. Take a real quick look off of the back end of that 10 machine piloted by Luke Smith with the butt kicker right there across the rear deck lid. And well, yeah, those things, they're absolutely wonderful. Not necessarily my cup of tea, but hey, not everybody likes a cup of tea either. So if you're into having just a sound system in the most realistic vibrations and sounds that you could possibly have, head on over to Butt Kicker and check them all out as well. Now under 5 minutes remaining, what will happen at the front of this field? Who's going to try to take that top spot away from Chris Wheeler? Will it come from Luke Smith? Will Ryan Johnson back the pack up and try for a run at it? Will anybody go with anybody that steps out of line? Is it too soon with 4.5 minutes remaining here in tonight's Into Being Dega Baby 125? Is anybody willing to risk it here? Is anybody willing to go ahead and jump out there and try to get that run slowly but surely to take the race lead, to take the class lead, to take the class win here for the Cup Series? Because that's what we've got at the front of the field, your top 5 all Cup Series drivers. And we haven't done one of these yet here tonight, so we'll go ahead and run down a little driver highlight and spotlights for you. Run down your top 5 as they run on the track. Out of Burlington, the 38-year-old of Chris Wheeler leads this field. Luke Smith been running strong all night long. Can the Waynesboro, Pennsylvania driver get the job done? Can the 19-year-old continue to crush it out there for Ford Performance? We'll have to wait and see. Back in third, Tiny Horse, Ryan Johnson out of Salem, Wisconsin. Can that Taz Motorsports sponsored machine get up there and back to victory lane. Once again, we'll have to wait and see. Just 3 minutes remaining before we'll find that out. Joshua Sousey gonna run in fourth. Lucas Gortman back here in fifth. Can the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina native get the job done here tonight at Talladega Superspeedway? Do want to jump back here to your highest running Xfinity class driver. There you can see the Ford Mustang being piloted by Brandon Shirley. Shirley, based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. The NASCAR world based right there in Charlotte, North Carolina as well. So Shirley looking to lead the class. Got to go a bit of a ways back on the track to this gentleman right here. The 9 of Adam Benefield out of Anderson, Indiana, sponsored by Tom's Tool Room and Skyscrapers Guitar. Can Benefield continue to run in front of Chase Berry? Berry right there on his rear deck lid. Berry, your second in line here in the truck. So very interesting little race. We've got race upon race right here in the race. Man, I sure am glad we're racing our way around this super speedway here at Talladega, Alabama. Absolutely wonderful place to go. You got to get down there. Did somebody try to make a move? Looks like this field getting a little antsy at the front. Drivers begin to mix it up, cross each other up. We'll see how they go down the backstretch. Everybody going to stay nose to tail. Just 1.5 minutes remaining. That's right, 90 seconds to find out who's going to take the checkered flag, going to find out who's going to win their respected classes. Here comes, I believe that's Jonathan Cross, trying to come up through the field and gain a spot or two in the running order if he can. And as these drivers make their way back to the front stretch, back to the start-finish line, looks like the race leader may receive the one to go here tonight. Just over 60 seconds, and now only 60 seconds remaining in tonight's Into Being Dega Baby 125 right here in the Split Decisions Racing's Triple Threat 2021 season, brought to you by Turtle Shells. And it looks like a driver with some trouble. Looks like Wheeler has trouble. Wheeler's slow on the speedway. Johnson gonna take the race lead. Ryan Johnson gonna take the race lead. Drivers running out of fuel coming to the end of tonight's Into Being, oh my gosh, Talladega. What a finish. Fuel mileage finish here, and Ryan Johnson gonna take that top spot away. Gonna cross the line first, lead at the end of tonight's race. And oh, it looks like we've got one more lap. One more lap around the speedway. Oh my gosh! The 81 goes around. Gortman gets slammed again. Oh my. Joshua Sousey, Lucas Gortman caught up and involved in a late race incident. That's going to go ahead and seal the deal now. Ryan Johnson's just got to get back to the line. Jacob Bowen has been involved in a last lap incident as well. And oh my goodness, after running out of gas, Chris Wheeler, Luke Smith, they begin to drop like a rock through this field. Does Ryan Johnson have enough in the tank? Looks like he does. Gonna cross the line. Checkered flag flies here at Talladega Superspeedway in the Into Being Dega Baby 125. What a run there for Johnson. He's going to take that top spot away, the overall race win. Brandon Shirley in the 85. He looks to win the Xfinity class here. Shirley is going to make it all the way into the third overall position. What a run there by that 85 of Brandon Shirley. I do believe Shirley is. Actually, no. Let me recollect my thoughts here. Jeffrey Ramsdell coming to the line right here. He's going to end up winning your Xfinity class here. And how about that? Making the jump from the trucks up to the Xfinity class. Jeffrey Ramsdell gonna take the Xfinity class win. Back here, Chase Berry gonna walk away with the win for the truck class. But how about your overall race winner, your Cup class winner here tonight? Tiny Horse getting the job done. That 38 may be out of gas. So as we get things set and ready to go for your post-race interviews, race fans, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Trackside as these drivers begin to let the fans get some post-race photo opportunities in. We'll see if we can't catch in and have a few words with some of the drivers that walked away at the top of their classes here tonight. Let's see if we can't go down there trackside. Let's see if we can't grab up Chase Berry and have a few words with that driver inside of that 5 truck. Let's see if we can't have a word or two with Chase Berry. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy? How you been, man? Put that thing in victory lane as far as the class win is concerned. How was the race? How was your night? Relaxing and eventful. I'm not sure those two things go together very well, but nonetheless, going together very well for you and the 5 crew here tonight. Chase, haven't seen you around much here on Friday nights. What's your future plans here? You going to be coming back next week, or when will we see that 5 truck back out on track? Well, started from the bottom, just like Drake says, and now you're here. glad you're going to get back to victory lane once again, Chase. Been quite some time since I had a chance to talk to you, so congratulations on the truck class win. Before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that 5?
Get your stickers, cups, shirts, whatever you need to make done. Handy Randy's paint shop, which is Randy Becknell, because he makes all my paints for me. And Justin Wilson, he's pretty much teammate, and all my teammates in this league too. But Justin, just being a friend, helped me out with everything. So, yeah, it's about it.
All right, Chase. Well, man, as always, it's been a pleasure to watch you on the track. Usually see you 3 wide. Didn't see you 3 wide very much here tonight. I did see you take a ride across the track, though, through there. That was absolutely nuts. But we'll see if we can't catch up with you here in the next coming weeks.
All right, 10-4. I'll talk to you later.
All right, well, there you have it. Driver walking away with that Xfinity class, with the truck class win. I apologize. That's going to lead us to the man right behind him on track. The man at Worcester, Massachusetts. Boy, I'm sure I butchered that right on up. Let's see if we can't grab Jeffrey Ramsdell for a quick, brief moment. Let's see if we can't dial up that 97. Ramsdell, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy from you, Dave. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself, my man?
Not too bad. Got a victory. Not the way I wanted to. Me and Kayla were drafting together, and kind of pulled a move on her down the start-finish line the last lap, and we kind of clipped each other. And not the way I wanted to win it, but got the win though.
I was gonna say maybe not the way you wanted to win it, but still walk away with that trophy, just like in your profile picture there. So grabbing yet another trophy to take a picture with. Walk us through some of the race here tonight. How much of a struggle was it to keep pace with those Cup cars?
Oh, it was very tough to keep up with them, and especially when they got 2 or 3, 4 of them together. If there was 2 of them and 3 of us, we could keep to the end of them, but we really couldn't put a move to get by them. And I was just riding the whole race just to keep my nose clean and stay there at the end.
Well, Jeffrey, you made the jump from the trucks into the Xfinity class. Coming into tonight's race, you were, I believe, 3rd in the points in the Xfinity class. Now with a win with one of your first runs in the Xfinity class, how do you think you're going to shape up as we get ready to head off into the chase?
I hope these Xfinity cars are really tough to get used to. This is a plate track, so it's a plate racing, so anybody has a shot to win. But the 1.5 mile cars, these cars just push, and I really got to get used to that. There's a lot of good Xfinity drivers here that come playoff time, I think they'll be a touch better than me, but a little bit of practice, and we might be up there, and some luck. All
right, my man. Well, again, congratulations with breaking into victory lane for the first time in the Xfinity Series right here tonight from Talladega Superspeedway. So before we let you go and enjoy this class win, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous? Thank anybody on that 97 machine?
Yeah, I got to thank my girlfriend for letting me do this racing and take some time away from her on Friday nights, but it's good. I got to thank Kayla for drafting me today, drafting partner, and Dave for putting this all on, and you for broadcasting.
All right, Jeffrey. Well, my man, congratulations again, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you a little bit more here in this Xfinity class.
I'm hoping to talk to you some more.
All right, there you have it. Final words from the driver walking away with that Xfinity Series class win. Jeffrey Ramsdell puts the 97 into the class win. On to the man at the front, dominating towards the end. He had enough fuel to get to the end. That's why it was pure domination. Some of the drivers at the front ran out of fuel, but let's see if we can't dial up and have a word with your race winner, Tiny Horse. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, I got you, buddy.
Hey, my man. How you feeling after pulling that one off?
Lucky.
I hear you. How much fuel did you have? We noticed there on the cool down lap, you did have to get pushed back to the line. So, I mean, how close was it really? We seen two drivers have to brake for gas. Did you ever start to sweat?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, with the second to last lap there, I saw Luke drop down, and I was like, well, Chris is gonna run out because he pit a lap. They both pit a lap before us, and me, Susie, and Lucas, we were gonna be cutting it close, and I knew that. But coming to the white flag, I was like, well, I was gonna be a sitting duck, and I was still off the gas trying to save just a little bit, and lo and behold, in the mirror, I looked up and I didn't know what happened, and I'm like, all right.
That's one of the I'll take it kind of moments, huh?
Yeah, basically. And yeah, I mean, running around that last lap by myself, coming to the line, it sputtered and shut off. I'm like, oh, that was close.
Wow, what a crazy end here tonight. Do you want to take a moment here off of Split Decisions Racing for just a moment? Congratulations on walking away with a championship a little bit earlier in the week in the Salt Flat IROC series. So congratulations on that. And with that being said, the chase is right around the corner. How do you feel about this team moving forward into the chase? You pretty much are locked into that one as of right now. So how do you think this 38 team and yourself are going to fare as we run for this trophy?
I think we'll be pretty good. It's all gonna depend on how much practice we get, I think. I haven't even really looked at the schedule yet. I know the tracks we're running are a lot different than last season, but I missed a bunch of races last season too, and we really came alive in the chase, and gonna try to go 2 for 2 and pull off the same thing.
Well, man, we'll be right here to see if you can get the job done. Again, congratulations on the overall win as well as the class win here tonight from Talladega Superspeedway. So, Ryan, before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody else on that 38?
Yeah, all the admins here at Split Decisions. You open the booth for broadcasting. I love watching it. Family, friends, girlfriend, mom, Taz Motorsports, Brad Backer, my car owner, and all our sponsors and the drivers in this league that make it a nail biter to the end.
That it is sometimes, my man. And again, congratulations on a great showing here tonight, walking away with yet another checkered flag. And well, we'll see if we can't catch up with you in victory lane once again a little bit further on through the year.
Hope so.
All right, there you have it. Final words from Ryan Tiny Horse Johnson, taking the checkered flag here, taking that overall win, taking the Cup class win as well right here from Talladega Superspeedway. And that's pretty much going to do it. That's pretty much all she wrote. Not much left to do here tonight. Drivers with some big issues throughout the night. Some drivers, unfortunately, their issues happened at the end of the night, and that put them out of a contention late in the going. Chris Wheeler, one of those drivers that ran well pretty much all night long, and tough break for him. He's going to drop through the running order. Luke Smith also going to drop through the running order, and it sounds like producers hitting those buttons in the background, so you know what time it is. You know what that music means. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results right here from Talladega Superspeedway in the into being Dega Baby 125, walking away with that top spot, the Cup win, overall win, Ryan Johnson. Kevin Bernheimer in the 28 going to finish right there in second. Brandon Shirley brings his machine home in the third. Joshua Susie right there in a fourth spot. Thomas Myers going to slot his 77 in the top 5. Your Xfinity class winner, Jeffrey Ramsdell, going to walk away in 6th tonight. Chris Wheeler going to fall back to 7th. Kayla McCarthy with a good run finishes 8th here tonight. The 17 of Lucas Gortman going to walk away from the track in 9th. Tyler Rush rounds out your top 10. The 83 of William Klingbeil finishing in 11th. 12th goes to Nate Johnson. Michael Gitchell walking away from the track in 13th, slotting home 14th here tonight. The 10 of Luke Smith. Jonathan Cross going to finish in 15th, 16th spot. He goes to Elijah Travis. Mark Ackerman going to finish 17th, 18th tonight. Goes to Dave Gilbert. 19th on the speedway here tonight. Your truck class winner, the 5 of Chase Berry. Just behind Berry, the 9 of Adam Benefield. Michael Ayward going to finish in 21st. Richard Crane walking away from the track here tonight, back in 22nd, 23rd to John Peterson. James Hickson had some trouble. He's going to finish 6 laps down, back in 24th, 25th spot. It goes to Lance Brantlinger. Brandon Whitford going to finish in 26th, 27th spot. Goes to Jacob Bowen. Ian Humphreys back in 28th. Early trouble here tonight, claims Justin Wilson. He'll walk away in 29th. Brian Huntley Jr. finishing in 30th. 31st goes to Matthew Lutz. William Percy gonna slot home in 32nd. And rounding out the field here tonight for the Into Being Dega Baby 125, Donald Kendrick. Well, race fans, that's it. That's all she wrote. Nothing left to do here in the booth except roll up the wires, so we'll begin to get that done. And if you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Darkside Dave, and Cave, or anybody else back at the headquarters, we appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. And with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.